everyone, today I'm here with Crystal Ren. She is the founder of Abound Lifestyle, and Farah, a huge advocate for health and wellness. And also she's taken Abound Lifestyle to amazing heights, surpassing 7 figures in sales in its first year with a substantial contribution by Ama존글로벌셀링 and Amazon Ads. It is such a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you so much, Tian, for having me here.
So take me back to April 2020. That's when you started Abound Lifestyle. This was with $100,000 investment, but at some point you only had $500 in your bank account. What motivated you to want to take that risk?
Yeah, so I came from a corporate background. So from that standpoint, it was a huge leap, both mentally and also financially, to take and put my own money into the business, as well as being very scared of like whether I was doing the right thing or not. At some point, there's $500 in my bank account. I remember that was the Christmas of 2020, and the business was really going very well. So I needed to spend a lot of money on inventory purchasing. This is my first time doing business, so I was just looking at my savings and I was like, wow, like I really needed to, and not only do I needed to put all my money into it, but also need to borrow money from my family. So yeah, thank God it worked out. I didn't go bankrupt, so that was good.
That's good.
I remember a friend of mine told me, he said that, you're interested in consumer goods, and I heard about Amazon, like a lot of people are, exploring Amazon to be a sales channel. So I looked it up online and I was like, this makes perfect sense for me and what I wanted to do. So I jumped right in and, I started Abound Lifestyle, and the rest is history. But yeah, it was very scary to begin with.
So Abound Lifestyle, when that came about, it was, it's a brand that, one of the biggest themes of it is mental wellness, right? And you shared about that. What do you think kind of made you want to go into that field?
Look, like in 2020, I just remember the world was in a lockdown, and also people weren't happy everywhere. They're scared of their health. They're scared of their families and friends, and where the world was going. So I thought to kind of provide some warmth from my own effort. I was going with the product selection, which from everything, from blanket to pillows to curtains, where like everything that was, you can use at home, but also can provide you with some kind of warmth and happiness. But also that we donated a part of our proceeds to a charity that supports anti-domestic violence efforts. So I think that message was very well received.
And as a business owner, first-time business owner, as you mentioned just now, how did you juggle all of that, from the product ideation to the innovation to the logistics, the marketing, just all of it? How did you reckon and juggle all of that?
I think it's very important to have a great partner in the journey. So as you mentioned earlier, that Amazon really made the whole journey much easier for me, from fulfilled by Amazon, which is their own fulfillment network, to the ability to handle a lot of customer services in terms of fulfillment, and also purchasing activities, as well as driving traffic to your products. We were able to expand rapidly with just a few people in-house to achieve that kind of scale. So initially we were in the US market, and then through their remote fulfillment network, we're also able to go to Mexico and Canada, as well as the UK market and also the EU market later on.
Wow, that's really incredible that you've actually been able to expand to the different markets and all over the world. I also saw a US blogger, I think Rave, a celebrity rave about it on her own live stream.
So it's actually Tasha Adams from The Bachelor, and she went on Amazon Live, and she raved about, I think she bought it herself, without us telling her to do that. And then she sent high praise of the blanket.
So moving on from Abound Lifestyle, I know that after, you mentioned after a year and a half, you managed to sell your baby. And now you're moving on to a new baby, which is also within the realm of wellness and health and beauty. right? So
Right.
maybe you can tell us a bit more about your new product from Farah.
In 2023, we launched Farah, which is a non-invasive beauty and wellness device brand. So it products mostly focus on light therapy and also other non-invasive treatments for people who are seeking a more holistic treatment. Doesn't matter whether it's for their wellness or for their beauty. And it also was pretty successful. We immediately reached 5 figures in sales in the first few months after we launched. Amazon, as a partner, a solid partner, also helped us greatly because through Amazon ads, we're able to reach even more customers. And to be honest, Amazon ads still have the best return on ad spend.
So like the ads have been really effective as well. It almost seems like you had a formula from the first Abound Lifestyle and now for Farah. Would you say that you maybe took the sales formula that you did from your first company to your second? Or is it because of the nature of your product, is it very different?
So I think every category is a little bit different from each other, but I do think that if you were to do e-commerce in general or Amazon, there is kind of a formula, as you call it, more geared towards how you can pick your products, how you can basically analyze people's purchasing behaviors, and then how you harvest keywords and all those things.
How did you then decide to transition to beauty?
So I initially wanted to do mental health with product. I realized that it was much harder if you were to do like straight mental health, just because there's a lot of customization that go into it. Everybody's different, right? So I then decided on wellness because wellness is kind of mental health, but it's also just about health in general.
Okay, Crystal, so you have been recognized by the Women's Forum as their top 19 rising talents out of 1,500 people. How does that make you feel to win such an amazing award?
I'll definitely feel very honored and also very surprised when I first got the nomination, because I always thought there are so many amazing women out there and why would they pick me, right? But it was very validating because that made me feel like doesn't matter who you are or what you think that you are and what you're capable of, as long as you put your mind into something.
And it's International Women's Day. What do you think is the best thing about being a female entrepreneur?
Okay, so I think there's a lot of challenges you will have as a female entrepreneur, unique challenges. But I think one good thing about being a female entrepreneur is that I see a lot of women tend to be very authentic to who they are, and that reflects on, doesn't matter whether it's a business they try to create or a brand they try to create or, the path they take.
Just one more question actually about your personal journey. If there is one piece of advice you would give to your younger self, what would that be?
I would just say have fun in whatever you're doing, because I tend to, when I was younger, I tend to take life way too seriously. It's just have fun, do whatever makes you happy, because end of the day, that's what matters. You remember good memories and like the process of getting somewhere. And if you're not happy and you don't enjoy what you do, that's actually the worst outcome. That's worse than you're happy trying something and you fail. So that's advice I would give to myself.
Crystal, this has been such an inspiring conversation. Just sitting here, hearing about your story, and even me as an aspiring female entrepreneur, just hearing all these tips that you have for me, I can just imagine that so many people out there are going to be very moved by your story. So thank you so much for sharing your story, and I wish you all the best with Farah.
Thank you so much, Tian.